All right, welcome back to week 2. I'm so glad you're joining us. And if you're doing this with us in real time, I want to take a moment to invite you to our upcoming night of prayer on Friday at 6 p.m. This is something we regularly do during the fast, and it's one of my favorite nights as we come together, seek the Lord through worship and prayer. So mark your calendars. I'd love to have you join us. Our goal throughout this fast is to become people who have more than a Sunday relationship with Jesus, but an everyday relationship. And we started this fast by looking at what an everyday relationship with Jesus looked like for the earliest disciples. In Acts 2:42, it says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. So using this verse, last week we talked about becoming people who have an everyday relationship with Jesus through the Word of God. Now this week we're going to focus on an everyday relationship through fellowship, or we might say community. This is not only what the earliest disciples majored in, but it's what God calls us to. He never called us to walk out a relationship with Him alone. Now there's a passage in 2 Timothy that's been on my mind as of late. The Apostle Paul said to his young protege, Timothy, he said, "Flee the evil desires of youth and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart." Notice he finished the thought by saying, do these things along with those who call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Notice he didn't say alone, he said along with, telling us we're called to walk out our faith in community with others. And let me touch on why this matters. You know, I heard another pastor named Ray Johnson frame this up in a way that's really stuck with me. So every single one of us has 2 levels in our life, a challenge level. So think about, might be marital challenges, parenting, financial, work, and then a support level. So we have challenge and support. And I found that for most of us, including me, often our challenge level exceeds our support level. So it looks like this. And our ability to fight our battles well hinges on the interaction between those 2 levels. The distance between our level of challenge and the level of support is where destructive stress lies. This is where affairs, alcohol addictions, and other toxic behaviors happen because those things become outlets for relieving the stress that hasn't been addressed with proper support. And our challenges aren't going down, so what must we do? We raise our level of support. And this begins with having other people in our life who know us and with whom we can be vulnerable. So question, how's your level of support? Do you have people in your life that share your Christian values with whom you can trust your life with? Friends you can be vulnerable with? Friends that will pray with you? Friends that will tell you the hard truth? Friends that love you unconditionally? How's your level of support? Now some might say, well, I don't feel like I have a lot of support. And I don't know where to find people that can help support me. But I want you to understand, strong, supportive relationships aren't found, they're built. And building them starts with being intentional to invest ourselves in these types of relationships. And you know what? This fast is a great opportunity to start investing and building. This is a corporate fast, meaning we're doing it together. So today I want to encourage you, reach out to one person in your life that you could be more intentional with. Invite them to join the fast. Schedule a time to connect and talk about how the fast is going and what they're praying for during this fast. An everyday relationship with Jesus happens through community. Let's not follow Jesus alone. I'm praying for you, friend, and I'll look forward to seeing you back tomorrow.